But don't I can bring us back right now, okay? And then you can intro us, and then I could call Shadi. Hot 91.7, your mega hit station. Get involved. Dr. Off, the great Dr. Off. At that, we just was talking about things good for Bohemian culture. And we was talking about education and and what it means to the culture, more specifically, the debate about the necessity of BJC and BGCSE examinations. So,
So when last? So here's my thing. Quick question. When last have you presented that to an employer?
to an employer, not recently.
Have you ever? Have you ever?
Yeah, when I first came out of school, I was working to the Ministry of Education. So,
Oh, of course.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
You know what? 328-6868, 328-6884.
But hold on, we want to talk with the man
Who
who
started the plan?
who started the
All right, let's call
who
it.
started all this drama
Yeah.
on.
And you know what? It ain't drama, you know. What it is, it's an eye opener. Because I'm curious to hear from our listeners and our viewers, with the exception of people who actually work in education, like y'all teachers and people who work in y'all office and thing, where y'all possibly had to present them because possibly only them looking for it. I'm curious to find out, you know, who has actually utilized their results in an effort to be gainfully employed.
All right,
Yeah.
but first, let me see if I can do this now.
We're gonna call Shadi because Shadi's the one who asked a simple question online that got so much
We're
backlash.
sorry, your call cannot be completed as
Because
dialed.
who really was having a problem with what he said? When last you used your examination results? Did you use it to acquire a home? Did you use it to get your
We're sorry,
jobs?
the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Them results. Like real talk, seriously.
I need a message Shadi and ask him if he have minutes. Because I ain't getting through for some reason.
Okay, it's okay.
Let me try. No, I'm going to try again. Either that or we call him directly because, he.
If you look at it really,
I ain't gonna look at it. I ain't never
if
used
you
mine yet.
if your only accolades that you want to your name is what you get on your BJC or your BGCSE, you don't bother that.
Really, I agree.
You don't got no
So the
associate
question
degree, you
is,
don't got no
should they place so much emphasis
Hello?
on?
Hold on. Hey,
Hello?
Shadi. Hey, Shadi, what's up? How you doing? You are
Everything good?
live.
Everything is awesome.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Now, you remember that little thing when you start up on, on Facebook,
Ah,
right? You remember that little conversation with Spark, a whole 3-day war in this country.
I don't know why it started a 3-day war, but yes, I remember. I'm traumatized.
Because people, because of your statement, people were saying, oh, uneducated, oh, da 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 da. But what exactly did you mean by that? Because I think a lot of people
What did
are
he say?
interpreting it in their own way and not getting exactly what you meant. So I can let him say what he said,
Yeah, please.
so I don't misquote.
Okay, so good afternoon, first of all. I felt, I feel, well, I said BGCs and BJCs are overrated. And then I said, don't argue with me.
Blasphemy!
Say it again, Empress.
Blasphemy!
So, let me explain myself further. I mean, I did make a broad statement. I went to bed with 5 shares. I woke up with like 400. I was like, whoa, what did I do?
No, let me tell you what you did. You said what everybody else was thinking.
Period.
Period.
No, I mean, I get it, but a lot of the shares, I mean, I went through, I didn't go through them because I don't usually go through comments, but I have friends like you guys who would hit me up and people sending me screenshots. I was getting called uneducated, dumb. Oh, and don't forget, I missed and spelled the word uneducated, I mean,
Overrated.
overrated wrong.
Not
Oh,
me.
that was it for me.
Yeah, they finish
Oh,
you.
yeah, we
They
finish
threw,
you for
they,
They
that.
finish
they threw
you.
me apart.
For real, he misspelled the word, and it was like, see, that's exactly why you need the BJC, BGCSE.
Yeah, because it was like, hey, just because you fail all your BGCSEs, don't bring this on us. I was like, ah. But to explain myself, I just feel, and like I said, it's comprehension. I didn't say they wasn't needed, I just said I felt they were overrated. I feel like it's to a point they make it feel like if you don't have them, you are a failure.
Yeah.
So when they say overrated, it's like, I mean, just like how some people think sushi is overrated, some people think Casamigos is overrated. I just think the BGCSEs are overrated.
Okay, so my question to you is just based on that statement. In all of your time of being gainfully employed as an adult, have you ever had to present those? And has it been a prerequisite as to whether or not you will get a job? And this question is for everybody out there that has, definitely toiled and, put in the blood, sweat, and tears to get these exams and get good grades. Like, when last y'all used them for truth? Like, real talk.
And I'll be honest, Empress, I'll be honest. Some people came to me personally and shared their views and called me. Like, hey, some people was like, hey, I got a full-blown scholarship because of my BGCSEs.
Okay.
Honestly, I was happy for that. But as of me, I mean, I never got asked for BGC. I don't have any, so I never got asked for BGCSEs, BJCs. To be real, I don't even have a diploma. So,
Wow.
but still one of the most successful young men in this country.
So
Not even in Nassau,
so
in this
that
country.
That in itself tells you that they're almost not necessary.
Yeah,
If
it
they place
validates his
so
statement.
No, but if you place so much emphasis on acquiring them, how is it that people are not making it mandatory in the workplace for you to present them? So what's the purpose then?
Okay,
But
I
that's
was
the thing,
told
it
yesterday,
is.
I don't know if you guys could fact check this. I was told yesterday that it is mandatory
Where
to have
Most places.
BGCSEs, a custom officer.
Entertainment and things
No,
like
I'm
that.
not talking about myself personally. I'm just talking about people that I know. And I'm
Hold
gonna
on,
open the phone line.
Idiot on. Sorry, Shadi, what you saying?
I was saying, I heard it was mandatory to be a custom officer, police officer, and
Yeah, anything in government.
right.
Okay, so if I don't have any attributions to, or I aspire to work for government, then I guess I'll tell the teacher, listen, I ain't planning to take these exams because I don't plan to work for government. If that's the case, if you want to work in government, in the government sector, then you have to do it. Other than that, don't be putting these children through it. That's my facts, and they can come for me too.
And then it was another statement with someone saying that they believe it should be a standardized test to evaluate, but I still feel it needs to be updated. I mean, we're in 2024.
Yeah.
I don't think students want to fail. I never wanted to fail in my life, and I never say I want to fail. I just feel, in this day and age, I feel the students are kind of ahead of the teachers in the way they learn. Let me put it like that.
All right. I thank you so much, Shadi. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us. And yeah, man, I like your perspective and I like your point of view. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize is, unfortunately, it is needed. See, some jobs don't ask for it, but a lot of jobs do. And here's the thing. It ain't a requirement to get the job, but a lot of times, and it's sad and it's silly, but a lot of times, if you have them, you get a better pay versus somebody that doesn't. So it also helps with the pay scale, right? And like you said, somebody mentioned that, okay, standardized testing is needed, but that is what exams are for at the end of the school year. So no, and because Shadi posed that question, like I said, he posed that on Monday, and it's still today, it's still a very prevalent topic on social media. Somebody pull up an old clip of, I believe it was Belinda or somebody, a teacher, and she said back in the day, she remember when she went to school, only 12 to 20% of students were allowed to sit the BGCSE, and that wasn't because it wasn't available to everyone. That was people who wanted to do it. in order to go further. Same thing like the SATs or ACTs or, CXC examinations, whatever it is. If you want to, you sit them. If you don't want to, you don't sit them. But now they're making it mandatory. And then they putting it on people that, oh, the national average is a D, right? In addition to that, and I've said this before, I feel like they dropped the ball in plenty ways because y'all worrying about BJC and algebra things what people don't really focus on after school. Meanwhile, basic life
Focus on
skills,
it. We don't use them.
we don't use, right?
Not focus. We don't use it.
But basic life skills, financial literacy, things like that. How about you
Conflict
teach them that?
resolution,
Conflict
things
resolution.
like that. Real
Because
life situations.
because the same way that they tried to tear down Shadi, right? And Shadi is one of the top, when I say one of the top producers here in this country, and I'm talking about every kind of producing, in addition to having his own company, several of them, matter of fact. And who better than him right now? You see what I'm saying? So it isn't all to do with BJC, although you still get asked for them. I think businesses, number one, need to stop asking for them because it's the same thing almost like when you go to college, right? You go to college for graphic design and then you go and join a business. You still have to go and get certified in that particular tool before you can start working. So why not just focus more on the certification, you understand, or the ability, the know-how to do and how well they do it, than to focus on, hey, you have this exam paper just to know if you know what 2 plus 2 is from 20 years ago.
2x plus 3x equals.
Because that's the thing. That's another thing. The exam ain't changing.
It's not?
It ain't changing. It ain't look like it changing. They still asking, Johnny had 7 apples.
Never. Stop that. I would hate to think that.
But you wanted to open the phone lines. How often do you use the...
Did you ever
There you go.
use
Have you
BJC
ever?
or any of those national examinations in order to be gainfully employed? And how did it benefit you? Anybody who benefited, like got a scholarship because of it, or anything of that nature, hit us up right now. And if you ain't never used it, still hit us up. 328-6868, 328-6884. We're going to take a quick break right here. This is the Don't Do It segment of the day. If you never did it, call us.
All those loans I had were
Man, listen. There's somebody calling us right away. Wow. I can't answer though. But I can answer and say answer and say call. Hey, hey, can you hear me? Let me take that off.
Hello?
Hey, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Now we on a break right now. I don't know if you want to call back or if you just want to let me hear what you have to say.
Well, I could just tell you what is angry later if you so wish.
Okay.
Well, some of the most, what they call top or prevalent jobs in the country, like lawyers, doctors, you realize you don't need BGCSEs for because you have to get those degrees abroad. And those colleges abroad don't even recognize that. So I really think it's overrated. One. Two, they say, yeah, it's mandatory, quote unquote, mandatory for government jobs. But I could tell you right now, I know several people in the government sector that don't even have them. Because a lot of people get hired. We know a lot of people get hired through their quote unquote MPs.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I have 5 BGCSEs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've never utilized them.
Mm-hmm.
Never been asked to present them in no shape or form. I don't work for government. I attempted to work for government once, but then I ended up declining the job.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really overrated because of my 5 BGCSEs, yes, math and English is one of them. Of course, that's general knowledge you need to have. But they're never, what's the word I'm looking for? I never had to use them in my day-to-day life.
Real. And I like that. I like that point that you made about the doctors and lawyers. So yeah, man, listen out because I can mention it. So if I say anything incorrect, then you could just call back and say it completely. All right.
All right, no problem.
Thanks so much for your call. Oh, let me hang that up. Child, there's too much things to remember, man. I should come right back, any. Never mind. The person's phone's still ringing. The people calling.
Hey, Mama.
That's a quick question. Is there a smoothie that you sell that you would recommend for poor circulation?
For what?
Poor circulation.
Core circulation.
You.
Not really.
Hi guys. Oh shoot, I just realized I was doing garbage. This is yeah, man. Hi. Phoebe said she never needed them or never was required to have them. And Raisa say on some jobs they require them. What I wrong for? Mind you, I wasn't looking at the screen because I even forget this was live. I had something on the screen. Um, so I didn't even remember.
You serious? So get a bedroom bully.
Uh-huh.
How often I need to drink it? Because right now I'm on my health, but I don't care. Like, period.
Hot 91.7, your mega hit station. Did it first. That was Ice Spice here. And anyway, it's a Don't Do It segment of the day. And we were talking about BJC, BGCSEs, and their necessity. Empress, you want to rephrase the question again? Also, I noticed that there were a few numbers calling. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to everybody. So you can give us a call back. The phone lines are open. But Empress, yeah, man.
Yeah, no, so
Say the question again.
I'm curious as to how many persons now adults out of school, been out of school, have actually utilized their BJCs or any of the national exams in their life. Like, has it helped you? Has it, helped to propel you to the next level? Did you get, further or better, pay based on your results? Like, I'm curious. So call us 328-6868, 328-6884 if it has indeed helped you in any shape, fashion, or form. And if not, still call me. I want to hear what you did with the results. Do you have them framed on the wall? Are they just a part of your memorabilia? Like what?
So we had a caller, right, during the break. Okay, wait, we have a caller right now. So I'll let this person go and then I'll say what the other person said. Hello, caller, you are live. What's up?
I just want to say that, of course,
Can you
everyone has their own
can you
opinions
turn
when
down
it
your
comes to
radios a little
BJCs
bit,
and
please?
BGCSEs,
Hello.
but we cannot perpetuate academic mediocrity because our kids hear this and they say, well, okay, I don't need BJC because, well, my mommy works for BGC and she's a manager, so that can help me in life. And it
Academic
causes them to stop trying in some sense when there's no standard or
nothing to strive
there's
for.
nothing for them to aspire to. So I'm not saying everybody's going to be a straight A or everybody's going to excel academically. Of course, there's more to life than that. But I think that we have to still tell them that you need to try on these exams. It's not just there for you to um, ignore or not try
I
in
like
that
that.
sense.
I like that. Okay, I get what you're saying. Thank you so much for your call. I,
Okay. Have a good day. Bye.
thank you. You too. So basically, what she said is you can't, even though you may feel like it's overrated, it shouldn't be something that's said because then it puts it in the minds of our kids that you ain't got to try hard because you still could, and you want them to try. While they in school, you
Yeah,
want them to
but
try.
the thing
Now,
is, any exam you want them to try and put
right.
their best foot forward, right? Because at the end of the day, you definitely want to teach them how to strive for excellence. But at the same time, Yeah.
Yeah, because she said, okay, because this is the thing. If you vocalize, okay, BGCSE, they overrated, man. You don't
Okay,
really
so
need
here's a
them.
teacher. You need to have them to get into the college,
College, you do need them for UB.
the UB. But
You
outside of
do.
that, for
No,
those
you
that
need them.
aspire to go off to the U.S. to school and Canada and
So
everywhere else, are they a requirement?
here is my point because, well, not my point, but the first caller, he called during the break, and he had a lot to say on this because he has all of his BGCSEs and BJCs, and he even had an opportunity to work in government. He didn't want to because he can make more money on his own, but he is saying that to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, we have people in those countries with those jobs. They don't really get what they need here. They go away for school
Right.
to,
Further
to further their studies and to complete their degree. And when they go away to school, they don't need them. So that is what he's saying. When they go away to school, they don't need BJC, BGCSE in order to become a doctor. And as a matter of fact, I actually know one or two doctors that I wouldn't say they didn't have them because they did have them, but they may not have had everything that the Bahamas would say they need, but they went to school and they were able to complete and do well and graduate at the top as the valedictorian doctor. That's the top doctor in the entire doctor school. I wanna call her name so bad, but I wanna put nobody business out there, right? But at the end of the day, so that is what he was saying. However, to go to school in the U.S., they do ask for them. They do, yeah, they do ask for them.
They ask for SATs. What are you
They
talking
ask for
about?
SATs. If you have SATs, then you don't need BGCSEs.
They don't ask for no BJC.
Yeah, they ask for BJ.
Well,
Listen, somebody who went to
wait,
school
stop,
in the
stop,
U.S.
stop.
Yes,
Girl, don't
yes,
do
I have. So there were
What
several
school?
people. Listen, because
What U.S. school asks for BJC? Stop that.
many of them, especially if you have scholarships,
No, that's
if you go on
saying, hey,
athletic
miss,
scholarships.
I did my BJCs. And they say, okay, well,
If you
that's
go,
all you have, let me
because
see.
like I said, this was a huge debate. This turned into a huge thing on social media. It's really, I'm surprised
But
you
it's
didn't
not-
see it.
it's not a
But there
requirement.
are people, like I said, the debate is on two sides, that you don't need it and that you do need it. There are people who went to school in the U.S. or who is currently studying, people on athletic scholarships, people that paid, and people that went to school, college in the U.S. from high school. The people that went straight
don't
into college from,
American
the people that
school
went
recognized
straight
those?
into, the people that went straight into, yes, they do, because actually, this is what one person said. Their BJC, when they got them, it actually upped their grade point average in American college because our testing is higher than the US's. You understand? Or the way we grade or whatever. Essentially, we all know that U.S. education system is behind Caribbean a little bit. So, right. So they said that it actually, having them up their GPA, where in the Bahamas they would have been like, "Ooh, I do bad," when they do them in the U.S. and then they convert them and add them to your BJC, your GPA. Your GPA score was higher. So there were a few people that said that. There were other people that said that they just needed them in order to, in order to enter the college, because the college, there's people without scholarships now. So that one was people with scholarship. The people without scholarship say that they needed them. But then you also have the Bahamians that went to school, finished grade 12 or whatever in the U.S. and went straight into college, and they said that they weren't a requirement. You also have Bahamian students that say, no, I didn't have my BJC, but I had SAT. So SATs were needed.
Yeah.
You don't need, if you have BJC, you don't need SATs. But if you don't have SAT, you need, yes,
That is
it is the
not-
truth.
that is not
This is this is from people who actually in school
Unless
currently.
that's something brand new, but I could tell you when I went to school,
Yeah, but no.
BJCs and BJCSEs did not do nothing for me.
Right, but
Zero. It wasn't a requirement to enter college and none of that.
But now
They
it
didn't
is.
Use it and make it accumulative. None of that.
see here's another person say certain schools in the US ask for them for real, especially in Florida. Right.
I went to school in Florida.
Right, but they do. Here's the thing, they might not have then, but how many things change from there from using school,
No, I'm
Empress?
just saying, it must
A
be-
lot of
must be
things
you, but-
change.
All right, so guess what? We're out of time, but I'm going to call my little cousin who just got a scholarship here
Uh-huh.
and going to school there.
She got a scholarship
Yeah.
to a school in the US.
Yes, and
He
he had to come. He had to come back And in order for him to go back to school, he now has to sit the SATs. The BJCs did nothing for him. They was not looking at them. They didn't even glance at them through their peripheral.
Well, it could be a difference in the schools,
Maybe
It
that,
could
but
be a difference in the schools.
I wouldn't go and make a broad statement to say that all U.S. schools.
Well, not
even
all,
look at-
but most of them, because this
they
is
look at
many
this
people. All them go into
plastic
different
aptitude
schools.
Test. That's all they interested in is them SATs and them ACTs. You are from the Caribbean. You are going to sit those two tests in particular. What you bring in, that's like going to the doctor in the States. You go to the doctor, you say, "Man, I ain't doing no more scans. I do all my scans home in the Bahamas." They're like, okay.
No, well,
So
that's
there's no
different. No, that is different because when you look at it, if you go to college, right, and you have X,
what
Y,
you're
Z
trying to
amount
say,
of
all
credits,
scanning machines
no,
ain't no good?
What I'm saying is, if you go to a college, let's say you go to college in the U.S., right, and then you want to move home and finish, your credits from your college could be transferred, right?
There to here.
From there to here.
Well,
However,
from here to
medical, yeah, it could transfer from here to there too.
Okay.
Once it's an accredited school, I can't remember, NACOP, is it NACOP?
NACOP, yeah.
Accredited, whatever it is, right? Someone gave an example of one of the schools, Bethune and Cookman, Johnson and Wales,
take
FLU, right?
Take us?
Yeah,
Take us,
BGCSE,
BGCSE.
yes.
BJC.
But BGCSE, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, BJCE really needed. BJCE needed.
That's my point. I'm talking about
BJCE
BJCs.
needed at all. I don't understand the purpose of BJC if you're still gonna turn around and do BGCSE.
My point.
And we still have GLAD. Mind you, the standardized testing
So let
every
me ask
3
you
years
something.
to 6
Bring me
years,
up to
but
speed. If a child failed GLAT, what happens?
correct. What else? We in the 242.
Asking if that means that the child does not proceed to grade 4.
No, the child go to grade 4.
So what's the point? I'll wait. What's the point?
Well, if the child failed the GLAD, then obviously they failed the regular exams, which means they won't go forward, But if they do well on the regular exams and they fail GLAD, that's just testing to say, hey, you have grade 3 students, we're going into grade 4, but they're not functioning at the complete level that they should be at. So it just lets the teachers know that, hey, you have a little bit more work ahead of you.
All right. Okay. All right. So
I'm right, Raisa. Raisa, I know you there. Am I right or am I wrong? Look at her. Look at you. Thank you. But anyway, we are out of time. Any final words, Empress? What do you think? You think we should ease up off of it or not? Well, she say I wrong.
no.
Well, geez.
I'm telling you, she would know. She's in the system.
Raisa, you want to give us a call or no?
She in the classroom. She
Oh, yeah.
She watching. It's lunchtime. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, no. We could continue do a little research this evening. I'm gonna call all my doctor friends and all
It
my
has to
lawyer
be
friends.
explained.
We could ask our lawyer, so we could look from the yesteryears
There you go.
to today and see
Yes.
how well or how specific they could be in whether or not those were utilized. So here ends the reading for the day. Big up Shadi.
Big up Shadi, man. Big up Shadi.
Yeah,
Cause this
no,
whole...
no, it's funny. It's
Very
funny
quick.
that you bring this up today because I was sitting in the PTA yesterday, and they talking about all this preparation for BJCs, and I'm sitting there, and they probably saw the look on my face for true. And I was just like, what's all this about? Like, seriously, I ain't never used mine. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right,
Oh, man. We can continue this tomorrow.
all right.
Still a lot. We can come with some facts tomorrow, all right? Factual. Right, sir. Write up the explanation, please.
Put it on
And
the
thank
board.
you. Put it on the board. That's right. Anyway, I'm out of here. Randy C's up next. He's gonna take you throughout the rest of the day. Empress will be back tomorrow. The more don't do it tomorrow. In the meantime, be sure to check out at Hot 917 FM across social media. By the way, stop on into Wendy's and try the Biggie Bag. The apple pie is free with it for a limited time only, but you can try the Biggie Bag for $9.95 today at any Wendy's in Nassau or Grand Bahama. I'll be back tomorrow morning after the Morning Madhouse with King C-Note and Yasmin. But in the meantime, stay hard.
Craving something delicious? Get 50% off.
All right, guys. We out of time, so bye. Till tomorrow. And thanks so much, Raisa.